Ducho, I'm so glad we got a chance to get together for this time in Crestone, Colorado to talk about something we both like to talk about. And in particular, I think it's timely because the subject matter is the PSYCH-K Health and Wellness Program. And if you just read any newspaper almost anywhere in the world these days, healthcare is in quite a turmoil, and one might consider it quite the crisis right now. So I thought no better person to talk to than the director of the PSYCH-K Health and Wellness Program to say a little bit about what it is really and how it's different than what's been going on under the umbrella of healthcare, so that people that are interested in a different approach to healthcare can hear that there is one. How would you characterize what you do, and would you first of all give us a little background about yourself? How did you get into all this?
Thank you, Rob, for asking. It was quite an adventure, and I can say that that PSYCH-K saved me, really.
Yes.
I am an osteopath, so I have a very strong background. I know very well anatomy, physiology, the body, how body works. And I arrived to a point where I felt that something was not going so well as I expected. I was working with people, and some of them had amazing results, other no results, or even worse. And I realized that I was doing this job mainly for my huge lack of self-esteem. So I was angry. I was angry and hungry. Hungry for the approval from other people. I needed people my patients there to tell me how good I was, how great I was in fixing them, in letting their life be better, in helping them to have a better health. And when I realized that, I was not so happy. Also because I really understood that it was not a good relationship between me, that at the time I perceived me as a healer, and the patient, the poor person without any power to change. So when I knew PSYCH-K, everything really changed. I was able to understand how beliefs are so important to have an optimal health, and how beliefs can transform our cells, our body, and how critical it is to work with beliefs if we really want to change our life and our health too. As Bruce Lipton says, also, when we want to really change a health issue, or when we want to reach a high level of well-being, we first always have to work with beliefs. Then later with body or with our cells and all the other levels of our physical form. So from this point of view, really PSYCH-K changed me deeply. I start to use PSYCH-K in my practice. So I combined PSYCH-K plus osteopathy, and the results were amazing. And I arrived to a point where doing osteopathy was not anymore my road, my path.
Yes.
And at the end of 2013, I decided to stop doing my practice as osteopath, and it was not easy. It was a huge, huge change of my comfort zone. I was very successful. I was always packed. But from my heart, I couldn't continue to do something that I didn't feel completely congruent with who I am now. So since 2014 now, I am just loving doing the PSYCH-K workshop, teaching the PSYCH-K workshops, the basic, the advanced, the health awareness, the divine PSYCH-K workshop, the divine integration retreat.
Yes.
And I do only PSYCH-K sessions in collaboration with other therapists, because I believe that when we work with beliefs and we go deeply into the root of what we call illness or situation, once we have really worked deeply with our heart at that level, then collaborating with other methodologies that can be the allopathic medicine or osteopathy, chiropractic, homeopathy, or any other stuff is amazing. So it's a kind of really collaboration, and remembering that if we really want a deep, long-lasting success, we need to work from our belief system, following our inner wisdom.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious about your osteopathic practice. Given your accent, which of course I hear because I'm not from your home country, but can you tell us a little bit about where your practice was and how it was in that country?
It's a osteopathy in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a private approach.
Yes.
So people is not covered by the government.
Yes.
And it's a kind of approach from the external to the internal. Okay? It's trying to fix the body in order to help the person to heal, instead of understanding why from the inside the person can heal himself, herself. That's the key point.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why osteopathy at the beginning was amazing for me and for my lack of self-esteem, for sure, because it gave me a lot. And now it's amazing when I cooperate with other osteopaths, but only once the work from the inside is done. Because I'm clear now, like never before, that no one can heal himself or herself except yourself. So there's only one person that can heal himself or herself, and this person is this person. What we do with PSYCH-K is the amazing procedure of facilitating, and the word itself is explaining what we do. We are not the healer, we are not the great master of the universe. We just facilitate a process that's inside the person we are working with. So we take the hand of this person and we start a beautiful, deeply respectful path with this person, and that's very also fast path and long-lasting, with long-lasting results. Mm-hmm. So that's the key point. And I think that in every country, now in the United States with the Obamacare, every kind of practice can benefit deeply in having PSYCH-K as a complement. So because every kind of medicine, from the allopathic medicine to the chiropractic medicine to the homeopathic medicine, having this huge support from our inner wisdom and from the belief system can be a huge, huge, huge benefit. This inner wisdom, Rob, once, I don't know if you agree, do you know the black box in their airplanes that knows
Yes.
everything?
Right.
Okay. I have this idea of our inner wisdom like a white box, quantum white box that knows everything about us. Mm-hmm. Everything. So knows our history, our psychology, our physiology, every cell, every organ, all the emotions, all the traumas, all the things that we have gone through in our life. Knows what's the best for us. This white box knows also what's our purpose in life. So every time we work with PSYCH-K, we are able to access this white box and to work with our belief system guided by the wisdom of this white box. So there is no option for a mistake. that's another thing that for me it's unique in PSYCH-K. It's safe 100%.
What might people listening to this interview call the white box in their world? Is there another name for it?
Can be called inner wisdom. Some people call it maybe spirit. In PSYCH-K, the common name, but it's really open. It's superconscious mind. And this is a key point in PSYCH-K. Because when our belief system, especially here related to the health, will work accordingly to the messages and to the wisdom of our inner wisdom, our spirit, our superconscious mind, our white box, we can only be happy, healthy, and successful.
So, Duccio, one of the things I noticed about allopathic medicine in the United States and even in other countries as well is there's this idea that disease is caused by mostly chemical imbalances in the body in one form or another, mental disease by brain dysfunction, and physiology by maybe poor diet, nutrition, or exposure to various toxic chemicals. And I know that with the health and wellness program, there's more of an emphasis on the mind, body, and spirit as a holistic view of what disease is. And would you talk a little bit about that idea, that concept within this philosophy?
Indeed, Rob, thank you. This is the real difference in what we do with PSYCH-K and particularly with the health awareness program. In PSYCH-K and in this program, when we have a condition that we can call illness or any other name that we usually give, from the PSYCH-K point of view, this condition can be just a message that our superconscious mind, our inner wisdom is trying to tell us. It's just tapping on our shoulder and saying, Duccio, you need to listen to and to be aware of something, changing something into your life, and until you will be not aware of this message and you will not change this message, I will continue to tap on your shoulder. And this tapping on my shoulder is what we call very often illness. I have an amazing example. I was working with a woman one month ago. She came for transforming an allergy that she had since a long time with wine. She was drinking wine and she started to have a kind of manifestation in her skin in this point, then tears in her eyes and floating nose, so all the classical symptoms of an allergy. We used the protocol that we learn in the health and wellness program about allergies, and we discovered that this allergy had nothing to do about wine. The real allergy was with her brother. She had no contact with her brother since 10 years when her parents died. Okay? They stopped to speak between each other. They never saw each other. So we, with a couple of balances, just a couple, Rob. So not 1 hour session, 2 hour session, or 3-4 sessions, just 2 balances. She was able to completely change the perception, because it's all about that. She changes the perception of the situation. She changes the perception that she had about her brother, because she was very angry. She did a balance about forgiveness, and she transformed the stressful situation about that. So I told her, very curious, because I don't want to give expectation, and I want to be very clear that with the health and wellness we work with beliefs. We don't cure, we don't diagnose. It's all about belief. And as Bruce Lipton explains very well, when we change our beliefs, we change our biology. Okay. So the following day, I received an email from this woman, and she told, I drank wine and perfect. That's quite incredible. I'll give you an update in 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, even more incredible. It's still going great. And you know what? In 1 week, I'll go to find my brother, in order to talk with him and to really transform whatever it's needed to be transformed. And this was even more important than the allergy to wine. Because through this message, through the wine, she was able to understand that she had a conflict with her brother. She transformed the perception of what happened. So she was completely in peace, and what in PSYCH-K we call whole-brained about that. And even more in the big picture, she was able to transform the relationship with her brother also in a practical way. And she told me that in an email that she sent me after 1 month, that it was so touching and amazing to knock on the door of his brother. His brother opened the door. She was able to see her niece and nephew that since 10 years she hadn't the opportunity. So in my perception, this is amazing. This is amazing. So this is the key point. And this is a key point in a session too, because if we think, I don't know what's your perception, but if you think about a medical, when you go to have a medical assessment, it's quite serious, you are stressed, and it's not a nice thing to do. A PSYCH-K session is so beautiful, so deep, very often fun, and amazing. So it's a completely different experience. And the results are astonishing.
And you've been teaching this health and wellness program now for about how long?
It's now 2.5 years. Yeah.
And you've been teaching it all over the world, even though
All
you're
over the
from
world,
Italy,
yeah.
You travel a lot teaching this philosophy and these processes to people to be able to have more of a personal influence on their own health.
Yeah.
Do you see this valuable as a preventative health care, or just something that after people manifest some sort of dis-ease in their bodies or their minds, then it's useful? When would you suggest that taking this course would be relevant?
I think, in my belief, I think that this course can address two main streams. Everybody who wants to really be independent about his or her own health.
Yes.
And that's huge. That's huge. Because think about that. When we need to be, when we need someone in order to help us, we will continuously give power away. And if we will find by our own with a kind of situation of or trauma to transform, and we don't know how, this can be quite a desperate situation. If we have a tool that's easy, that's powerful, that's effective, that we can apply every time, everywhere, this can change our life not only when we use PSYCH-K, but our life 24/7. Because we know we can change what we need to change anytime, anywhere. So this is the first, this program can be really for everybody. The other big dream purpose of this program is for medical doctors or for the people who really work in the health field. Yes. It can be other type of therapists like chiropractors, osteopaths, naturopathic, anything, okay? Because they can really empower and leverage the efficiency and the quality of the results of what they do with what they are already doing. Because if we think to the allopathic medicine, okay, and using PSYCH-K combined with the allopathic medicine, checking how, if a patient is believing or not in what this patient is doing about a therapy, this can really change the outcome of the therapy. So here is the really key point about working with beliefs. And there are, luckily, more and more medical doctors all around the world, because this program has been shared in Europe, in New Zealand, it will be shared in Australia, it has been shared in United States, South America, Canada, all over the world. And there are more and more medical doctors and other kind of therapists that are amazingly integrating PSYCH-K in their practice. And some of them are also leaving their old, like I did, finally, and using quite only PSYCH-K. So I think it can be really, really a huge complement. There can be an amazing collaboration. I think it's a way to expand what we already do. So it's not something we can perceive, oh, there is PSYCH-K and this will be everything. No, it's a procedure that can really help us to help the people we work with.
And the people that finish your course become health and wellness facilitators,
Yes.
Sort of automatically, do they
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
And then I know we've just created recently a way for them to be
Yes.
listed on the PSYCH-K International website.
Yeah.
Because the work can be done in person, of course, but you want to say something about that it can be done long distance as well?
Yeah. In PSYCH-K we have an amazing procedure that's called surrogation. We learned this procedure in the advanced PSYCH-K workshop, and it allows to work with PSYCH-K with people who's really not able to have a session, physical session.
Yes.
They can be too far from the facilitator. They can have quite big handicaps that they don't allow them to do the muscle test. They can be too young or they can be too old. So some really physical limitation. And so this procedure that's called surrogation allows, in a beautiful and, first of all, respectful way, deeply, deeply respectful way, to work with these people at a distance. So also, mainly I'm doing Skype sessions with people, because I'm very often traveling all around the world, and there are more and more people now asking for a session about health. And this session can be done or in person, or, as you were saying, by Skype. And if someone is really interested in checking the Health and Wellness Facilitator, can go to the official website, that's PSYCH-K.com, and going to the facilitators section and checking where you can find a PSYCH-K Health and Wellness Facilitator in your country, because now you can find all around the world.
Right. Well, I think this is one of the most exciting ways that PSYCH-K can be used in the world, because healthcare is a universal issue. It's not just in one country or another country, or one group of people or another. And belief systems, as you've been saying, are so powerful, ubiquitous really, in terms of their influence on our health. The ability to trigger the body's ability to heal itself.
Exactly, that's the point, absolutely. And I think that one of the most amazing parts in the Health and Wellness course is that we will learn how to work with our mind doctor. The mind doctor is absolutely a key point of the Health and Wellness. Our mind doctor is our inner doctor.
Yes.
He knows everything about us, everything about our life, our psychology, our body, our cells, our organs, why something happened, and he knows also the solution for that. And I can assure you, no doctor outside knows better ourselves than our mind doctor. And it can seem incredible, But it's very easy to work with this mind doctor, to have a very good relationship with mind doctor, to talk with this mind doctor, and to do amazing balances with this mind doctor. And the balance is the way it's the way that we use in order to change our limiting beliefs.
Yes.
So, and our mind doctor is always with ourselves. If we don't have a good relationship, if we are not able to talk with this mind doctor, there we can have some troubles. And I can assure you, this is the first thing that we approach in the health awareness course. Okay, because it's so important to have our mind doctor to be our best friend, our buddy. Okay, and it's amazing to work with this mind doctor. It can be a male, a female, or whatever you want, and it's a new way to play with our well-being,
Mm-hmm.
not to work.
So the health and wellness program introduces you to your mind doctor.
Yes, introduces and facilitates a very good relationship with the mind doctor. So you are able to talk with your mind doctor and to really work and play with your mind doctor in order to transform your life and reach an optimal health.
Right.
Yeah.
And optimal health, I think, is a birthright of everyone on this planet.
Yes.
And
yes.
one of the goals I know of the program is to make this kind of health care available to everyone on the planet.
To everyone.
So yes, this is wonderful. And I'm
Yeah.
so glad, Duccio, that you took on the responsibility of the director of this program, and I'm very proud to have you represented all over the world.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.